So apparently, LeBron James is done with the bag talk. This is from episode 2 of the JJ Redick podcast. I watched the whole thing, so let's see what he got to say, man. Oh shit! Hold on.
So if I go switch on you, right? You've now got a favorable matchup. Part of it is not just so that you can get a shot. Part of it, like basketball, boils down to, can you put 2 on the ball?
Yeah, and now you create the 4-on-3 on the backside.
Yeah.
I don't think many people know that. You know why? Because everyone now, it's a narrative of this thing called, I have a bag. Or he doesn't have a bag. It bothers the fuck out of me. Everyone thinks just because you get a favorable matchup that it means it's one-on-one time. Let's play ones. That's all you hear the kids talk about now. You want to play ones? You want to play ones? What the fuck is this? This is not Jordan versus Bird Nintendo. Like, it's 5-on-5. And yes, if you have an opportunity to have a favorable matchup and you can beat your man, but realize something. Most great teams are going to send help. And can you make the right reads? Can you make the right reads? Can you instill confidence in your teammates to when you've scored twice on that favorable matchup? Do you know that the double is coming? And you have to see it either coming from the tilt on the baseline or from the fire from the nail. You have to be ready for that. And it takes time for guys, and some guys don't want to learn and won't learn because they just want to play ones. I've had guys on the court that literally said to me before, why y'all doubling me? Stop doubling me. Let me play ones. You have 40. No. You have 40. We're going to double you, not only because you're great, but also I know none of your teammates have been in a rhythm all game. And we're going to see if they can make a shot. And if they do, Derek Jeter, salute, cap to you.
So, I have been at it a decent amount of times when it comes to this clip. I even got an email, y'all. I got an email about this clip. BSOLZ, you got to react to LeBron saying he's tired of people talking about having a bag. First of all, I don't know. First of all, I think it's important to understand that the criticism, I know he's talking about narrative, like in the quote, but if you really listen to the full context of the clip, which I do think this 2-minute and 11-second clip does a good job of illustrating, the criticism is with the players, not necessarily with how we talk about basketball, but it's with the players not being able to make the right reads. It's with the players caring about a bag than not having a bag. It's honestly, it's a critique on how players are able to make reads when they are hot. Not necessarily with how basketball discourse is talked about, to be honest with you. So it is interesting to me that this is a trending quote because for those who don't know of my history, about I believe like 2 years now. It's probably coming up on 2 years. We were reacting to like, I don't know, someone said LeBron didn't have a bag. And I was like, I mean, like, does he have a deep bag? I don't know. So I need to clarify and clear my name when it comes to this. My take on LeBron James not having a bag or not is in the scope of, okay, this is what a bag is. Does LeBron have a deep one or not? Okay? That is all I was judging. And I want to say on the record that I do believe LeBron James has a deep bag. Okay? LeBron James definitely has a deep bag. Is it as deep as some of y'all want to make it seem? Maybe that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, nonetheless, LeBron James has a fucking bag, all right? Do not misquote me. Do not represent who I am and what I think as a person. LeBron has a deep bag. And even within that conversation, I have always said, and LeBron is illustrating my exact point, I truly don't give a shit if you have a bag, to be honest with you. I truly do not give a shit if you have a bag, if it is not affecting how your team wins and how your team operates, specifically in the playoffs, right? Because I have always been on the stance of, I don't give a fuck if Shaq doesn't have a crazy Hakeem post game. When every time down the court, you cannot stop that drop step. You cannot do anything about that drop step. And 9 times out of 10, that's an insta bucket. When you go down the court, your job is to score. And if there's this one cheat code move that you can just spam over and over and over again, and it gets your team buckets, I do not have a problem with you. I'm not going to use that as an indictment on you, especially if there is no droppage in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about these players, Kareem, when we talk about Shaq, when we talk about LeBron, I don't give a fuck if LeBron doesn't have a Paul George, Kyrie type bag when him, quote unquote, which I think is overblown, but him bulldozing and powering himself to the rim, no one can stop. And it does create efficient offense and a lot of opportunities and a lot of advantages for his team, given that he is that physical, given that he is that skilled finishing around the basket, and also given that he can make the right reads every single time. I do not have a problem with LeBron not having a bag. I just don't. So I wanted to clarify that. I do think if there is a shot at anyone that really does deserve criticism, and I'm surprised he doesn't address this, because to me, this is the mayor of bag talk right here. This guy right here. And we've reacted to him a couple times on this channel. But when we talk about the mayor of you need a bag, when we talk about the mayor of hoopers, this is the guy. And he has addressed a lot of takes during like, he has 13,000 fucking posts, bro. And he's addressed a lot of takes. But I need him. I need Ball Don't Stop to address LeBron's take. I need him to put that shit head on, because this is the mayor of, man, fuck analytics. Analytics have ruined the game. You nerds have ruined the game. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't care about a bag when real hoopers care about a bag. You know what I'm saying? James Harden is better than Giannis because James Harden got a bag. All of this. He's the mayor of that. So when a top 3 basketball player of all time, top 2, arguably the GOAT, is telling you that shit don't matter for real, is telling you it's actually hurting the game, it's actually hurting basketball IQ, especially for young players, that platforms like this keep spewing this type of narrative. What does a Ball Don't Stop have to say? I need to hear it, man. I need to hear it. He's been tweeting. It's not like he ain't awake. He was up at 9 a.m. I don't know if he's Eastern or Western, but this may be 6 a.m. Western time. He was tweeting 10 hours ago. 11, 12, 13. This pod came out early yesterday. BDS, what do you have to say? What do you have to say? All right, let's look at some of the replies. Something someone with no bag would say. Oh wow. Oh wow. This podcast was created perfectly to come at casuals that don't know basketball, aka NBA Twitter. You're in NBA Twitter though. I don't know. LeBron is talking to all of NBA Twitter. LeBron has no bag. That's why he's saying this. He needs screens. LMAO. This is crazy. If you're a Steph Curry fan, that's crazy. Okay. Kobe Bryant. When it boils down to it, teams are always looking for matchups to exploit. Twitter fans crying right now. Wow. It's easy to get caught up in individual matchups, but the beauty of the game lies in the collective effort and strategic play that transcends mere one-on-one interactions. Understanding the bigger picture enriches our appreciation for the intricate dynamics at play. This gotta be AI, right? This gotta be AI. Am I tripping? Is that dick suck? LeBron always plays the right way. One of the greatest ever, but sometimes the game comes down to one-on-one matchups. ISO gang was more than a meme. See, here we go, taking LeBron's quote out of context already. He didn't say that, you know, when you make 2 buckets, instantly the double is coming, so you got to pass out. Sometimes it doesn't. And LeBron specifically LeBron specifically in this podcast talked about how against the Warriors, bro, it's like, how the fuck do you defend that team? Because you can't double. A lot of players have come out about that team and say, yeah, the reason why ISO gang was so important in the 2017 NBA Finals is because when you got one of the greatest isolation scorers of all time, giving him the ability to isolate without double teams because of how crazy that spacing is makes it so that isolation scoring is extremely important. Because you can't double. If you double off of KD, you got, I believe Draymond still had a shot at this time, actually. You got Draymond and Clay and Steph out there, bruh. Draymond, 31%. I mean, he wasn't an elite shooter. So it might have been on some, all right, make Draymond beat me. But y'all get what I'm trying to point out. Especially if they run small ball, when they run Draymond at the 5. Now you got a 31% shooter at the 5. That's pretty decent from a 5. And then you run Iggy out there with Clay and Steph. Bro, that shit is tough to guard. That shit is extremely tough to guard. Another quote that I want to bring up from the pod is, this is from Gilbert Arenas as well. So
Exerting too much energy to score. Them saying,
oh my God. My bad, Joe.
Wasn't NBA players. Wasn't the people who got a bag. Right? It's not them saying what they have. It's that whole thing of skill. Like the definitions that's coming into the game is coming from people who haven't played the game, who's not in the game. They're just watching it and they're coining it, right? And then becomes overused and overrated, right? So it's like, this person has a bag, this person doesn't, and it's like, who gets buckets, dog?
Who makes plays?
Yeah, you can do 57 moves, dog, and score 2 points. By the time you scored, I done went down 3 times. I got 6 to your 2. Exerting too much energy to score. That's what you exerting too much energy to get a fucking regular ass bucket, dog.
2 points is 2 points.
2 points. Yeah.
I just want to say I completely agree with Gil. Let me just, again, the scope of this video is just, does he have a bag or not? But in the question of does a bag matter, I completely agree. That shit does not matter. Your time is, wait, hold on. What? Nah, not them exposing, wait, hold on.
Probably Kevin Durant.
Interesting, okay.
Like probably Kevin. I think because it becomes so simple for him that we don't really get to see everything he has because it's like.
And I'm going to throw Gil some bail because, again, hey, let's talk about who got a bag or not. But there's a completely different conversation between who got a bag or not, who got the deepest bag or not, and if that shit matters. I think the difference between this question right here and what BDS is saying is effectively he's saying having a bag is extremely correlated to winning basketball. Having a bag is extremely correlated to you being a better basketball player or not. That's the difference. If we want to have a conversation on who has a deeper bag or not, that's a completely different conversation. But let's see what Gil has to say, though.
I can just pull up to, like everybody doesn't realize he's a sharpshooter, but he only takes 2 threes a game, right? If he took 10 threes a game, that'd be a whole different story. But, like when it comes to just
KD does not take only 2 threes a game. Wait, Gil, come on, bruh. Now that's just factually incorrect. He's taking 5. Is that low volume relative to what we're used to? I guess. When Ant's out there shooting 8. Side note, it is interesting to me that KD's the highest his 3-point volume was all the way back in 2016, bro. That's kind of crazy. Did it go up in the playoffs at all? It goes up in the playoffs, but all right, let's go back. Where is it? Right here.
That overall, he got that double cross, that long cross. he has some things with him.
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie
Irving. I was hoping somebody. Kyrie Irving.
I feel like that's like the most obvious choice. For sure. But so obvious is better. I mean,
I'm just saying, is it obvious? Is it true though? Does Kyrie have the deepest bag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. You know what makes his bag so deep? Because he understands how to move his feet individually with his hands. right? So when he's moving, everything's moving the same. Like he knows, how to place everything.
And like, I don't think nobody in the league can.
Yeah, L tweet from Chris. L nuance from Chris. And even going back to the LeBron clip, again, I think his biggest criticism is just players caring about a bag over making the right play. That's it. I don't think LeBron ever said a bag isn't real. I don't think he ever said that. It's just what is important. You showing off your bag and playing ones or playing the right basketball play in a 5-on-5 setting. And that's it. And look at these bots. Let's see what else. He started the bag conversation. I remember you criticizing Giannis, saying what he did, what you just described in this clip, did not require skill. James Harden co-opted in his MVP campaign for MVP 1 year. Is that Dre Baldwin? Man, I don't know about Dre Baldwin, man. DreAllDay.com? Uh-oh. Man, that's an OG right there. Y'all don't know about Dre Baldwin for real. You started the bad conversation. Criticizing Giannis? Hey, I need to see that clip. Maybe that's what makes LeBron a hypocrite in this regard. But nevertheless, man, let me know what y'all think. Is LeBron bugging? Is LeBron not? With that being said, I'm out, man. Peace.